hope everyone doing good. Yeah, this is SanFX. In this video I'm going to talk about something about order flow. Okay, you might be thinking why this video in English. From past 2 weeks I'm getting some messages from outside people, like from people who are living outside the Kerala, so they don't know Malayalam, right? So I'm getting some messages to make a video in English, so I'm trying to speak in English. Okay, here I'm going to show you how I watch the price. The people who already watched my video in Malayalam, the order flow, നിങ്ങൾ ആ ഓർഡർ ഫ്ലോ കണ്ടിട്ടുള്ളവരാണെങ്കിൽ ഞാനിൽ ഓൾറെഡി അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്തത്, നിങ്ങളിത് വാച്ച് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഓൾറെഡി ഞാൻ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് മലയാളത്തിൽ. ആൻഡ് പീപ്പിൾ ഹൂ didn't watch them, and you can continue with this video. Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about how I look price, like what I'm looking for when I'm in the chart. Actually, as you all guys know, I'm not an IC trader anymore. I'm not telling I'm not a ICT trader 100%, but still I trade with this concept. But at some point I use my own things, like I have my own setup. I named it as VLP ILP. I use order flow instead of bias. So these all things I want to talk about. All things I have done in that Malayalam video. So this is not a new thing for people who watched already that video. Okay, I'm just reminding you for saving your time. Okay, when I enter to the chart, I'm not talking about when enter to the trade. When I open the chart, I always look for the imbalances and the balanced range also. I don't consider fair value gap and order block as like a attraction point or something like price need to draw down towards them. I always look for the imbalances price make, the balanced range. So that will give me a order flow. That's it. That's the order flow for me. If price is bullish, for an example, if price is bullish, what I want to see is I want to see displacement buy side run. Price need to run up to buy side with the displacement move, with the sort of some fair value gaps, you can say, because the displacements are imbalanced move, so there we can see fair value gaps. Okay, and what about the wick? The wick also I consider as a gap, as I said in that video. So when I look for price, I don't just look for fair value gap and order block. I look for imbalances and liquidity. Imbalances in the sense it could be a gap, it could be a wick, a long wick. I both consider it as imbalances. For saying that I consider it as high resistance liquidity run. Yeah, I want to be trade them as measuring gap or breakaway gap. If price trade like that, I consider them as a balanced price range. I don't want to see a retracement or some manipulation over that area. If price manipulate or retrace on that area, I consider it as again market manipulation or market protraction. Then what will I do if I reprice that area? I consider it as a major manipulation. And yeah, it will happen to the market very, very often. At that time I don't trade actually. If I see something like that, if my narration is not playing on the market, I try to stay away from the market, because I know I'm a trader. I will get more opportunity if I didn't trade today and if you didn't see my setup today. Okay, the chart you are seeing here is USD index, and here you can see I just marked this high. I want to see this open. This one should be a breakaway gap, because I'm not going to explain why I consider this as breakaway gap, because yeah, and I don't want to see price retrace this area high to reprice this fair value gap and drop below. I don't want to see a retracement actually over this fair value gap, and I got a retracement here and drop below. Okay, this one is a pure run for me. I'm not talking about this bullish run. You can see this bullish run, we have some fair value gaps, some gaps, and see this gap, These all things are breakaway gaps, and you can see this fair value gap, from this candle high to this candle low. This fair value gap will treat as a measuring gap, and it has done. Price traded through that, and price ran up. It's perfectly an order flow for me. Price is making some more liquidity, something like most people know about power of 3, like accumulation, manipulation and distribution, but I consider it as accumulation, manipulation, distribution, reaccumulation, smart money reversal. The reaccumulation when happen like something like this down close candle, distribution and reaccumulation, smart money reversal. This is my safe buy if price is buy side. So that's what I'm saying. I trade with order flow. I don't care about, I do care about order, fair value gap and order block, but I don't just look for order block and fair value gap to trade. This is my narration. When I enter to the chart, I look for the balanced and imbalanced range, and where the price is most likely to go. The balanced range are balanced. The imbalanced range are need to balanced. So the price will retrace to that imbalanced range to reprice or rebalance the area to run higher or lower. The same thing on bearish also. So when I look price, I don't just consider as sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity. These all are liquidity. Yeah. In market, I always say there is no such a things, just all things are liquidity. When you look at price, the all things are liquidity here. So there is no question to ask like where is the liquidity. Market is liquidity. Market is full of liquidity. You need to find out where the balanced liquidity and where is the imbalanced liquidity. The balanced liquidity, which means balanced price range, should not be repriced, or else should not be traded to. The imbalanced price range, which price didn't trade, the price ranges, you can say maybe 110 or where the price is, need to reprice that area before going up or down. So that's for me a order flow. I don't just consider it as as I told every time, I don't just consider it as a bias, because bias could change any time. Like if you are bullish, okay, in by higher time frame, and you should highly need a higher time frame narration for this order flow trade. Otherwise you would end up with loss. I mean, not lose, you will end up with confusion how to literally trade. In my last YouTube live, I talked about something, time frame alignment. You should have clear understanding what is happening on higher time frame. Otherwise you will not get any picture. Like I will show you my Euro USD chart. I know, I'm sure, and you have seen this before. Okay, this one is my chart. Obviously I'm going to 1 hour. There were my chart, there were my stories. 4 hour. See, this is what I'm saying. I trade with order flow. I always look for the recent liquidities on higher time frame. I mainly trade on 1 hour chart, because that I'm a day trader. I use 1 hour as my higher time frame. With higher time frame order flow, I don't just consider 1 hour order block and fair value gap as my liquidity, major liquidity. Don't get me wrong, I'm talking about 1 hour as my daily draw, and I need to see price run towards them and how react them. If price react them, I consider it as a major reversal or continuation. If price didn't react, I consider it as a continuation run. If price react, it would be a reversal, same like that. So here what I can see is just liquidity. These all things, see this retracement and this drop, I consider this drop as imbalance, and from this area you can see this is a low resistance liquidity run, which means these all are price balanced also. So there is no need to price retrace this area. of liquidity. And according to breakaway gap theory that I teach, I don't want to see a retracement on this high. If price retrace, I want to see this as a breakaway, measuring gap. So price retrace on this fair value gap, this sort of fair value gap, and drop to below. And you can also see from this area, this is where my institution order flow entry will happen. That you can see it on ICT YouTube channel. But I consider it is in a different way. All measuring gap should be institution order flow entry trail. And price retrace this area of liquidity and dropping below, you can see some more institution order flow entry trail. And price retracing this area of liquidity and dropping below. Why some fair value gaps are not repricing? You might wait for a retracement for this area. Even this area of liquidity should not reprice, because this one is already balanced. If something is already balanced, then why should price go there? There is no need of that. So price seek for the liquidity. It could be order block or fair value gap. Yeah, these all PDRs are liquidities. That's what I'm saying. I don't consider them as a order block or fair value gap. I consider it as a liquidity. So it would be very fine for me. Like there is no such a things like order block has this reaction, fair value gap fair value gap has this reaction. There is always something like once distribution or reaccumulation. The manipulation is already there. That manipulation could be in high resistance or low resistance. So that manipulation also can be a distribution, like what I'm saying here. This manipulating leg, yeah, it is always a manipulating leg towards our liquidity. Here you can see some displacement move. This is what I'm saying. Smart money reversal, distribution, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, reaccumulation, smart money reversal towards the major liquidity. So you should have a clear understanding of what is happening on higher time frame. Otherwise, you will end up with losing. I'm talking losing means you will end up with your technical losing. You cannot trade price as well. So that's what I'm saying. From this area of liquidity, let me complete this video. Wait, sorry for taking so many time. See this area of liquidity. I'm sure I'm in 1 hour, so I should go to 1 hour because it was so clear there. At that time of my live trade, I was trading with my people. At that time, I said I want to see a price retracement on this sort of breaker, and price retrace on that breaker, and see this kind of fair value gap, this area of imbalances. This area of imbalance, as I said, I need to see a reprice on that area. But if price didn't go up 50% above, I will consider it as a major reversal point. If I want to see a displacement move from this area, there is no displacement bearish, you can see, and from this area price started displacing below and continuation bearish, and you can see price didn't retrace before going down sweep sell side. Price always stay there. It open. This thing is open, and price took the sell side liquidity, and this one is data low. Price retrace this area, taken this sell side, buy side liquidity, taken sell side, taken buy side. Then what I'm looking for? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, reaccumulation, smart money reversal, reaccumulation, smart money reversal. So this sort of fair value gap, I don't want to see a reprice, because yeah, that's an order flow. That's a clean order flow for me. Wait, let me show you. This sort of gap should open. This one is open, and this one, what you can see, a little small retracement. I consider this as a measuring gap. As I said before, price retrace this area and dropping below, and price reaccumulated this area. This is Christmas week. I'm not considering this to trade. Anyway, I didn't trade on this market. I think I stopped my forex trade on this area, and I continue trade on Nasdaq on the last Christmas week. That end up with something like that. Anyway, I should say that also. Okay. And this is how I trade the market. I used to look the market when I enter to the chart. Okay, and this video is mainly for people who don't speak English and don't speak Malayalam and who don't understand Malayalam well. So I hope you understood what I'm saying, and how I use my liquidities or my time and price as my major priority level. So if you have any doubt, just let me know, and yeah, that's it. I didn't explain that much, I know that, but still there are so many things that about the breakaway gap, measuring gap, how I consider them. I don't want to say it in public because yeah, there is something like that. So, and these all things are talking about the VLP ILP, that setup built by me. I made that setup, like yeah, it's kind of my setup, and I used to trade on that setup only. I don't trade anything out of it, anything out of it. If I didn't see anything, I didn't trade. I will not trade on that. I will not trade that area if I didn't see anything like that, which means no entry for me, because I have seen how does it work. Have seen. So at the end of the day, that's the matter. Follow the setup. That's it. So repricing the area, and the candle bodies are staying below sell side liquidity. These all areas are balanced. Price retracing this area, price sweeping the liquidity and shooting higher. We still have buy side price retracing, some sort of fair value gap repriced. See this fair value gap. Yeah, this one is a fair value gap, literally a fair value gap, not a breakaway gap. Even the displacement, you can see a fair value gap. And how do you consider it as a breakaway gap? If still we had a breakaway gap, it was a displacement. This one is a displacement, still I don't consider it as a breakaway gap. There are some stories inside that. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you understood something. Okay, as I said, this channel is not for teaching you how to trade. Anyway, I'm telling you. Okay, okay, and that's it. I don't know how many of you understand my കുറേ നാളായി മലയാളം സംസാരിച്ചിട്ട്, സോറി, ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സംസാരിച്ചിട്ട്. So who am I talking to? Okay, anyway, I'm talking in Malayalam to English people. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. Bye, see you.